You've just stepped into the only place where Hornets sting, Panthers growl, and 49ers try not to blow a fourth quarter lead. Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show, hosted by a guy who loves sports named Ethan. We're talking Queen City sports with just the right amount of bias and way too much caffeine. Let's get it going.
Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show. If you're on Spotify, then subscribe to my YouTube channel called capital E, Ethan, capital T, the capital B broadcaster. If you're on YouTube, follow me on Spotify, which is linked in the channel bio or description of this video. Before we start, I always have a fun game I do before it starts if you're new here. Here's how it works. One game for the viewers or without a viewer. If no one does sign up, I'll tell you how to sign up for the games before the episodes in a minute. It's just on a phone call. It's really fun. On a phone call every episode, or a short game for myself to play if no viewers are here, which is exactly what is here today. It is crazy what the game is that I've done today. I don't know why I'm doing this. I guess I'm just excited that the Panthers got the 30-0 win. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Sports related every single time. That's always what the game is going to be. So yeah, if I don't have anyone here today. I've already kind of stated that. If you'd personally like to be a part of this short and fun game to get started every day, it's free. You don't have to actually sign up. All you have to do is just email me at all lowercase Ethan the Broadcaster. I'll spell it out for you too. ETHANTHEBROADCASTER @gmail.com. Or, if it's easier for you, there's an email page in my YouTube channel's main description that you can just click and then copy and paste the email into your email thing and then email me. I need more people to sign up for this. It's free. It's just like a 5-minute Zoom call. It's fun too, you know? I mean, it's sports trivia type stuff, okay? So just join me if you would like. Anyways, let's go ahead and start off now. So, this is the game I have in plan. So I've got a hat here. If you don't know, let's see. Hold on. For the people on YouTube, you can see this. Let's see if I can't do this right here real quick. It would be better if I could. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. It's lower. That's all I wanted. I've got a hat here, and it's got names on it. The orange and names of NFL players on it. People on YouTube, if you are a viewer of mine for the past couple weeks, I used this hat and did a full video with it. It was a very fun video. In fact, the reason my profile picture is what it is because of that video. I lost a challenge, and the viewers got to pick my profile picture. They chose me pointing a stud finder with a laser in my eye. It's actually, I'm not going to lie, I kind of like the profile picture. I don't know if that was a punishment, to be honest. But the white ones are current NFL players. The orange ones are all-time NFL players. I'm going to mix these around, shake them up, and if I cannot name what year the guy was drafted, if I cannot name the year that guy was drafted, then I have to pour this water on my head in front of everybody. Now, Spotify, you guys won't see it. This is kind of like a way to get y'all to click on YouTube, you know? But Spotify, you won't actually see it if I do have to. If I don't have to, I'm very happy because, I mean, I get it's a small amount of water, and it's really not. I mean, it's that much of water. It's a small cup of water, but it's not a bad size of water, and it's cold. Like, I got the coldest sink water in my house. So, this is going to be fun, isn't it? So basically, I get to choose which one do I want. Do I want orange or white? I think I will do better off with the currents. What year? I'm going to do this one. Putting the hat down. This is a current player. Whoever this is, I'll let you guys see first. Whoever this is, I have to know when he was drafted. Sauce Gardner. I might not have to pour water on my head. I think it was 2021 or 2022. Gosh. I swear, if I have to pour water on my head, I'm going to be so mad. 2020. I mean, y'all will be happy if I have to pour one in my head, but I don't want to. I'm going to be honest. 2020. I think it was 2022. Okay, I'm searching it up. This is for the answer. I'm locking in my answer, 2022. Just so you guys can see, Sauce Gardner. So no, I'm not cheating. And I didn't already have it pulled up. $2022! Let's go! Let's go! 2022. I'm correct. Oh my gosh, thank the Lord. Oh man, I did not want to be wet for the rest of this episode. Whew. Thank goodness gracious. That would have been awful. You know, I was going to just drink it if I didn't get it, but it's sink water. I don't want to do that. Ha, take that. I'll do that again next. I just thought of a really bad idea that I'm going to do just for you guys. And yes, I mean this. For the rest of the episode, this is going to be a fun episode. How about that? For the rest of the episode, and I'm taking Sauce Gardner out. I did not think of this beforehand, but this is actually even more fun. I'm getting viewers in as we speak. Welcome, new guests. I'm just assuming I have new guests coming. This is probably getting less. Y'all are all leaving. Come back, please. For the rest of the episode, and I can still choose which one I want, current or retired. It doesn't matter. But for the rest of the episode, I have to each segment, and there are 4 more segments, because this is part of the 49ers football segment. The game is always part of the 49ers football segment. So there's 4 more segments. After every transition, I'll do another. Okay? We're going to have some fun with this episode. Let's go. Hey, 1 of 5 done down the hatch. Okay? 1 of 5 down the hatch. I'm not eating Pringles. You're eating Pringles. That's just mid-podcast I'm eating Pringles. No, you're eating Pringles. Okay, let's get to the actual sports analyst stuff. Charlotte 49ers football. I swear, this is going to be a fun episode. And by the way, if I have to pour water in my head, I'm not doing it twice if I get it wrong twice. This just happened once. Don't get excited. 49ers football. So we're 1-3 right now. But let's put this out there. We played Monmouth in week 3. Last week we lost to Rice. But the Monmouth game was impressive. Okay. Especially by someone who I have had probably the least confidence in. And I have said that it wasn't fully his fault the first couple weeks. And I still don't really think they're doing the right game plan for him. But the fact that he went 26 of 30, 382 yards and 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, but 382 yards, 3 touchdowns, 26 of 30, missed 4 passes. Listen, 42 points is insane for Charlotte 49ers football. But also listen, considering it's Monmouth, and considering the week after that against Rice, they didn't do very hot, okay? You can put out there that they are close. They are almost there. They're almost on track to have at least a bowl game year. But I can put out there that they are not there yet, okay? I mean, I have to be honest. They are not there. Nowhere close. They are nowhere close to being there yet. Well, they are close. Let me read this. They're not there yet. That's just all I have to say. They're not there yet. They're not. Okay, if they play like this for the rest of the season, they're not making a bowl game. They have to improve. Okay, that's what I mean by they're not there. They have to improve. They've got to. They've still got to improve. I don't know what, but the coaches have to improve something. But the reason why I say that they have improved is because before the season I said really they weren't close, like at all. They're getting pretty close now. Okay, I would say they're about 65% of the way. Okay, the roller coaster is slowly going up. And it's about halfway up the mountain. And it's not tumbling down yet. Okay? It's about halfway up. Maybe, 65%, it's a little more than half. It's a little more than half. This is half. It's still going. But each week that they don't perform, like they had a good game against Monmouth. And then the fact that they just seemed like they didn't even try next week. I mean, that is just kind of unbelievable to me. I'm getting it pulled up right now. I forgot the official score, and that's one of the things that I should be writing down. But they're 1-3 on the year. Yeah. They beat Monmouth 42-35, right? Connor Harrell had an incredible game. Everyone had an incredible game. Next week, they beat Rice. They lose to Rice. Who beat them 28-17. And the reason why I say they declined again is because guess who got pulled again? Connor Harrell. Now, Connor Harrell got pulled early. Ooh, big news. See, here's the problem. I did not watch the game. I couldn't. That's my fault. Big news I just found out mid-episode. I keep finding news mid-episode about this team. Big news mid-episode. I think Connor Harrell's out for the year. Grayson Loftus comes into that Rice game and almost comes back. He went 15-31, 186 yards, 1 touchdown, had a 109.4 rating. Threw for double and a little extra yards. Actually, threw for double and 40 more yards than their quarterback. Rice's quarterback, who is Chase Jenkins. But yeah, Connor Harrell, in that game, he started 8 of 13, 73 yards, 108.7 rating, no touchdowns. Grayson Loftus comes in, who is more of a passing QB. I've talked about that in the past. They need a passing quarterback if they're going to do a passing game plan. So, I'm not saying this is good for Connor Harrell's career, but I'm saying this might be, if they want to do this passing offense, I'm saying this might be a decent thing for them to just kind of reset, too. To just kind of get their minds clear, just be like, okay, Connor Harrell's injured, what do we do? Okay. They got to be like, okay, listen, Grayson Loftus played pretty good last week. We're playing him again. Okay, no doubt. We're playing him. But the reason why it's not official that he's out for the year, but it's pretty, I don't know for sure. They haven't said anything yet, but it does look like it's going to be close because it says injured leg, and then it says he was helped off the field. So really that could be anything. I'm just being honest. That could be just about anything. But I'm sorry for not noticing that before. That is crazy. We will stay tuned with that for the rest of the year. Now, Grayson Loftus coming in brings more pass plays coming in. I will say that. They are going to call more pass plays. Now, next week they play South Florida, who beat Boise State, beat South Carolina 63-14, and beat Florida. Florida is an SEC school. I don't care if they are a bad SEC school. They were number 13 in the country when they played them. And on top of that, yeah, they're 1-3 now, but it's Florida. They seem to always beat the bad teams. You know what I mean? But no, University of South Florida, they beat Florida by 2, 18-16. and Charlotte plays them next week. So if I'm going to be honest, if Charlotte gets that win, that would bring so much momentum into the next week. The next 8 weeks is South Florida, then Army, then Temple, then North Texas, then ECU, then UTSA, then Georgia, then Tulane. So if they can beat South Florida, which I think is possible, I ain't going to say it's happening for sure, but I think it's decently possible, then if they can somehow, some way just get a crazy win against Army, who is definitely not as good as last year, but it's still Army, then that is 2 wins that brings the momentum back up to play Temple in Week 8 and North Texas in Week 9, then ECU in Week 11 coming off the bye week. So there's a lot of stuff happening for Charlotte 49ers football coming up. I mean, a lot of stuff, that especially that I didn't realize, considering that I didn't even know Grayson Loftus had to come in because Connor Hare was helped off the field. I didn't even realize that, which is my fault. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to el next segmento. Let's go. Woohoo!
Now that we've set the stage for the 49ers on the gridiron, let's switch gears and hit the hardwood with the Charlotte 49ers men's basketball team. What's brewing in their camp for the upcoming season?
Hold on. I'm going to come clean. I tried to fit another Pringle in between that transition segment. It didn't work. Okay. I got to go kind of quick for this segment. Not that quick, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games to predict for Charlotte 49ers basketball, as the schedule did get released. Now, here's my thing. I don't know exactly why, but for some reason, they do not even have the full schedule, almost. I don't know. It's like 14 games is not a full college basketball season. I think it's 26 or maybe 32, something like that. It's not 14, okay? I mean, UNC has way more than Charlotte 49ers this year. I don't know. Don't ask me why, but I'm still going to predict all 14 games, because I said I'd do this. Let's start with their first game, which is an exhibition game, so we're not going to predict it because I'm only predicting regular season. That means it's only 13 games. That's even worse. Don't ask me why, because I really don't know. Indiana State. That's at home. Then they play Tennessee Tech. Then they play Davidson. I think they start off 2-1. I think they lose to Davidson, beat Indiana State and Tennessee Tech. Then I think they get another loss next week in Blacksburg, Virginia, November 16th on a Sunday against Virginia Tech. Then the next week they play Appalachian State. I think they get a thrilling victory, because I really do have confidence in this 49ers basketball team this year. I'm just being honest, I do. Then after App State, who do they play? Shaw University. If you don't know who that is, it's an extremely small university school, okay? An extremely small university school. And in men's college basketball, there's no telling who anyone would play. Like, NAIA teams play in Kansas sometimes. It's weird. But Shaw University is their next matchup. I think they beat Shaw University. Then, November 27th at 1:30 p.m. on a Thursday, their ESPN Invitational. Yeah, Charlotte's in an ESPN Invitational tournament. Illinois State, the first game in this invitational tournament. Then the next game in this invitational tournament, they have a double header, Furman and Richmond, on the same day. I think they lose to Illinois State. And I'm going to be honest, I think this basketball team gets a loss to Richmond, a win to Furman. So they're 5-4 going into their last 5 games of the year. Once again, I could be wrong. Maybe they just haven't released the entire schedule for Charlotte 49ers basketball yet. And if they do later on, I'll tell y'all what my predictions are for that. Because I really don't know why it's doing it. But, like, you can search it up. Their official website only has 14 games. It's weird. Then they play North Carolina A&T. Who do I have them beaten then? North Carolina A&T, 6-4. Then they play Utah State. They're getting a loss. Okay, let's be real here. Then they have College of Charleston. College of Charleston. Not many people even know who they are. I didn't even know who they are until I started predicting this. I'm kidding, that's not true. But on December 14th of a Sunday, they play College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina, on the road, and they're getting it up. Then they play Lafayette and UIC. I think this team, with how easy of a schedule it is, now I could be very wrong. They could go 0-14, 0-13, or whatever it was. But if they really are how good that I have kind of projected them to be this year, they could go 9-5 this year. They could go 9-5 this year. Which, if they went 9-5 times 2, which would be a normal basketball season, that would put them like one of the top seeds in the country. So probably not that. That'd be 18-10. It wouldn't be one of the top teams. They could make the playoffs with that, though. Barely. That would be one of the actually worst teams in the country. They would be like the last seed. UNC went 18-10 last year, if I'm correct, and they made the tournament. They had to go to the play-in first. That's why I said the last seed. But I think that 9-5 is definitely possible if they just play hard, use their big men to their advantage. Let's put that out there. I mean, they have got tons of guys who they have added, especially for next year. Next year, I'm looking at the website. It says they added 2 international centers. Number 99, David Gomez, and number 24, Raul Villar, to the recruiting class. They both committed to Charlotte. Now, I think Aaron Fern, their head coach, is just going to have to try his hardest to just work these guys and make them play some good daggum basketball. Because last year, I don't think Aaron Fern had the season he wanted, and I think this year he's going to have the season he wants. I really do. I think that this season is not going to be that bad of a year for them. And I think that this really could be a pretty good year for Charlotte 49ers basketball. 9-5 is my final projections. Once again, don't ask me why they have whatever. Don't ask me why they have. Don't ask me why they have only 14 games. 'Cause I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. However, here's another chance for y'all to pour water on my head. Oh, I just realized I put Sauce Gardner back in there. Here it is. Joshua Dobbs. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Okay. Listen to me very clearly. Joshua Dobbs. I know who it is. He's the backup QB for like every team in the universe. I swear he plays for everybody. But Joshua Dobbs? I swear I don't want water on my head. Joshua Dobbs. 2000 and he was drafted in 2000 and daggone, I actually don't know. I don't know. Does anyone in this world know when Joshua Dobbs was drafted? I don't know. Like, tell me, like, if you know, I just, you're crazy. How do you know when Joshua Dobbs was drafted? I have a guess. And if I'm right, this is wild. Okay. If I'm right, this is the craziest prediction of probably Ethan the Broadcaster Buzz and Roar Show history. I am going to say 2016 or 17. Let's say 2017. 2017 is my final answer. Let's search it up. When was Joshua Dobbs drafted? I ain't pouring my water on my head today, boys. 2017 NFL draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go. Let's see if I can find the Sauce Gardner one, because I really did pull it out and not put it back in. You're going to be like, that's cheating. You can't pull them out and pull it back in. Listen, I already know what all these are. I just don't know which one I'm going to get. It's not that one, so it's got to be this one, right? Okay, I actually don't know. I just looked through all of the white ones, and I literally don't know. Hey, I'm going to mix it up because I did just look at it. There, I'm mixing it up for you. For all you disbelievers in my truthfulness. I don't know what I just said. Let's go to the next segment. I'm sorry, I'm being absolutely dumb kind of right now. Let's go to the next segment. Next segment. I'm tired, okay? Let's go to the next segment. Let's go. How shall we? Should we go to the next segment? I mean, I don't know. That's up to you guys. Should we go to the next segment? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm good.
Speaking of Charlotte basketball, it's time to step outside the gym and onto the diamond with the Charlotte Knights. These AAA baseball guys are bringing some fresh energy to town. Let's break down what's going on with our hometown team.
Okay, some breaking news. Breaking Buzz and Roar news for the Charlotte Knights. This is the last episode that I will ever be covering the Charlotte Knights AAA affiliate baseball team on. Yeah, I know. Sad. In the arms. Don't copyright me. But this is the last time. So I will tell you guys after I'm done talking about the next series, because this is I am going to talk about them. This isn't like a special segment where I do another game. No. I'm going to talk about them. But I've got something in plan, okay? Y'all are going to love what team is replacing them. Because, yes, a team is replacing them. Whatever. So, the series I'm talking about is the Charlotte Knights AAA affiliate. Last time I'm ever covering them on this show. Sadly. So their final record was 65-85 this season. Missed the playoffs, of course. 65-85 is not getting you a playoff spot. Sorry, Charlotte Knights fans. It's just not, okay? It's not. It's not getting you a playoff spot. If you're real here, it's not, okay? 65-85 is just, that's a 20-win. That's 20 wins that you needed before you made the playoffs, basically. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing that you couldn't make the playoffs with like a 72-73 record. But 65 and 85 is not good. Okay, now, what I said the past couple weeks, I do think was true. I said that if they finished this Durham Bulls series off strong, and they almost basically won every single game, maybe lost 2 out of the 6 games in this series. One being a doubleheader, I counted both as one, so technically 5 games, but 6 games because, it's a doubleheader, so it's still 2 games. If they won, basically, let's say 4 out of 6, how much momentum would that bring into the next season? I've been talking about all the past, 3 weeks. We need this momentum going into the next week. Or going into the next season. Okay, I get the season's 7 months from now. Next February is when the next baseball season starts. But listen, you still love when you can win the last series going into the off season because all the players are like, we did good. We finished it off strong. Next year, we're going to start off strong. It gives them that thought that really just amps them up a little. It amps them up a little. It really does. Now, 2 things in this scenario, or 1 thing in this scenario didn't happen. And that 1 thing is, they did not get close to winning 4 out of the 6 games. In fact, they lost 4 out of the 6 games. They won 2 out of the 6 games. So they lost 4 out of the 6 games. The complete opposite of what I wanted. On the 16th, they lost 6-9 versus the Durham Bulls. Next game, 3-7. Next game, 2-3. Next game, 8-7. Then on the doubleheader on the 20th last night, they lost 1-5 and then won 3-2. So as you can see, we only won twice. So we ended 65 and 85, and we didn't get momentum going into the offseason. It's just and we're the last team in the standings going into the offseason. Just everything about it is off. Okay? We needed that to happen. And it didn't. Now, do I think it is okay? Yeah, for sure. We are fine. The Charlotte Knights are fine. But the fact that we couldn't get even half of those 6 games and put a W on the board, and even when we won, it was by 1 point. That is crazy, okay? That is outrageous. You have got to play good to end the season, especially if you're out of the playoffs. You've got to play good to end the season. And you may be wondering, well, you're out of the playoffs. What does it matter if you're out of the playoffs? Well, listen, I'm an analyst who has always, in my mind, been like, okay, morale and confidence is key in sports. If you go into, let's put it this way, if you go into a Super Bowl thinking, we're losing. We're playing the Chiefs. We're losing. We're losing. Let's just stop. Let's forfeit. We're losing. Then you're going to lose. You're dumb and you're going to lose that game. But if you have the morale and confidence and brain mindset that says, oh, we got this. We're winning. We have got this going into the Super Bowl. Instead of, oh, we're losing. We're playing the Eagles. Oh, we're losing. No, we're losing. No, we're losing. We're losing. But no, if you go into that game and say, listen, we are winning, okay? We are going to play our best on this field, and we are going to get the dub, hold a Lombardi trophy in front of hundreds of millions of fans, and show the world what we've got. If you say that, is that better than, oh, we're losing? No, we're losing. We're losing. We're losing. That's kind of the same thing for this scenario. I wanted them to win most of the games in this final series because I wanted their confidence and mindset to be, okay, yeah, we're going to miss the playoffs, but I want them to go into the offseason happy because they know that that last series and that last momentum shifter that they had was good. It wasn't bad. It was good. I wanted them to go into that last series, get most of those a W on the board, and then they go into the offseason and say, hey, we're good. We just won 4 out of 6 games. We're good. I mean, we got this next season. Listen, we didn't make the playoffs. We didn't play that well this season. But the fact that we could win 4 out of the 6 games, again, especially against one of the best teams in the nation right now in AAA affiliate baseball, that's insane. Okay? If I was a baseball player and we lost 4 out of the 6 games going into the final games in our season, I would be requesting a trade, okay? I mean, respectfully, I would be mad, okay? I'd be livid. But if we win majority of the games, I'm going to be like, okay, this team's got a chance. There's a chance. There's a spark of hope. There's hope on the board that we might have a chance to perform next season. All I got to do is wait. Patience is key. I've always been a guy who has thought patience, morale, confidence is key in sports. If you have patience, morale, and confidence, you've got the season in the bag. Of course, you've got to have the other stuff like talent, good coaches, good staff. But if you have good everything and you don't have a good mindset or a good confidence or a good morale, you're not winning that game. You're not winning that season. You're going 0-17, or you're going 0-82, or whatever the case may be. Okay, you are. Simply, you are. Sadly, but simply, you are. Okay? It's a simple thing to say that you are. You could have the best NFL, MLB, NBA players of all time on your squad. You could have a 5-star lineup of the best NBA players in the world in history on your team. I don't care if you have Michael Jordan at small forward, LeBron James at power forward. Let's put I don't even know, Steph Curry at point guard. Let's put James Harden at shooting guard. I'm just naming people. Don't get offended by me putting James Harden there. That's just the first thing that came to mind. And then let's put Anthony Davis at center. That's a pretty daggone good lineup. Okay, I wouldn't say it's the best. If I wanted to make the best lineup, I would actually do it right now. But that's a really good lineup. But if those guys go into the game thinking, "Oh man, we gotta play Bill Joe from down the street," no, we losing. We losing this game. He's good. Did you see that cross move he did on your neighbor last week, Steph? Your neighbor that works at the roofing store last week, Steph? You're losing the game because you don't have the right mindset. And so going into next year with 4 out of the 6 being a loss is not a good momentum shifter that you want to have. It shifted the momentum in the wrong direction. Okay, the roller coaster analogy from earlier. It shifted the roller coaster in the wrong direction. It went final series against the Bulls right before they hit the peak of this. They're right at the peak. And then and it all falls down. Okay? So you have to have a good momentum no matter what. Okay? Now, the team that will be replacing the Charlotte Knights AAA affiliate baseball team is a one and only scenario that I like to call a great scenario. I don't think you realize I am a big hockey fan. Okay? I personally believe that hockey... See, I love the NFL. I think that the NFL is the best sport. But I literally can't decide between the NHL and NFL. If I could choose for $1 million, I wouldn't choose. It's like choosing between two children. I can't choose, okay? Hockey is incredible sport. If you don't like hockey, you can stay, but you should probably like hockey, okay? Please like hockey because it's such a great sport. But the team replacing the Charlotte Knights for this fall and winter, going into the summer and spring until the Charlotte Knights baseball season starts for the 26 to 27 season, is the Charlotte Checkers. Okay, so just a little bit of a short facts session about the Charlotte Checkers. They are a Checkers. Sorry, I was searching something about them up, actually. Okay, so yeah, I was correct. They used to be a affiliate of the Carolina Hurricanes. So, fun fact, because I'm a big Hurricanes fan and I just know this off the top of my mind, the Hurricanes in like 2020 or so, they've always before this been a Chicago Wolves affiliated team. But then, for some reason, the Hurricanes, they went, okay, let's move to the Checkers. They got rid of their contract with the Wolves and they went to the Checkers. But the Checkers didn't last long with them, and now they are back to the Wolves. So now they're back to the Wolves. But this is a Florida Panthers affiliated team. The Charlotte Checkers is a Florida Panthers affiliated team. They're an AHL team. And I'm very excited to get the hockey season underway. Okay. Because truth be told, I'm excited for NHL, but not only that, I get to cover AHL now too. Now, I won't be able to watch these, but I'll definitely watch some highlights. I'll definitely, just for y'all, I'll definitely watch some stuff. Charlotte Checkers hockey is about to be back, and it's the first time ever entering the Buzz and Roar show. And that'll do it. We have to do this quick little game or whatever that I keep doing. I don't want to pour water in my head. Please, 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 please. Chuba Hubbard. 2020. Okay, so in Bryce's rookie year, he was there. I think it was drafted in 2022. I think. Gosh, but the Charlotte Checkers are the new thing. But Chuba Hubbard, I didn't even show the camera. It doesn't matter really. But Chuba Hubbard is the next guy who I might have to pour water on because of. It's either 2023 or 2022. Gosh, if I have to pour water in my head because of a Panthers player, I'll be kind of mad. No, I won't be. They beat the Falcons 30-0, which I'm so happy about. Okay. Let's see. It's kind of warm water now, so definitely ain't as cold as it was earlier. I still wouldn't say it's warm. Oh, yeah, no, that'll still be pretty cold. I just stuck my finger in it. Chuba Hubbard was drafted. I'm just going to take a flat out guess and say that he was drafted 1 year before Bryce was. I swear. Because it was either 2022 or 2023. I'm just going to click it. I'm locking in 2022. 2021! Oh my gosh, I actually have to pour water in my head. I hoped I wouldn't have to. Okay, well, I'm taking off my headphones, I guess. Let's just make this quick, I guess. Right after this is over, I'm going to move on to the next segment. Once again, Charlotte Checkers is the new team that I'm covering, because I ain't going to do a whole off season with a bunch of special segments, because there ain't going to be much to talk about with the Knights. Well, I guess I should stand up for this one. I'm going to move my mic over here so Spotify can hear me. This is wild. I didn't really expect this. Okay. Okay, make sure there's no electronics in the way. Okay. Right on my head. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Gosh. Ooh, yeah, no, that's cold. That's cold. No, it's definitely not any warmer. It's still cold. Now I gotta do the rest of the podcast with wet hair and wet clothes. Wet everything. Yeah, no, that was way more water than I thought, I can tell you that. Well, good news is, I got it over with. I don't have to do that for the rest of the episode. Oh, gosh. I guess let's just go ahead and go to the next segment.
Sticking with Charlotte sports, let's jump over to the Hornets and see what's going on with them in the NBA world.
Sorry, I was still getting cleaned up. I'm still very wet, but I got the headphones on. Okay. You know what? Before I talk about the Hornets, I poured water on my head. I bet a Pringle will help. Charlotte Hornets. Their first preseason game is October 5th. Now, let's talk about their preseason real quick. Now, personally, because of what I have in hopes for this season, I think that it is going to be a wonderful, improved team. Especially considering that we have a pretty daggone good coach. It's going to be an improved team. But, first preseason game is October 5th. Now, if you're a Hornets fan, or just anyone in Charlotte, you are personally, along with myself, thinking, will LaMelo get injured? And if he does, will our season be over? Well, I've talked about that in the past. I think it was the episode before last, maybe last episode. I don't really remember. But you're also wondering, will he make a preseason appearance? Now, I personally don't know if he will for sure or not, but I don't think he should. Daggone, my hair's wet. I didn't think he'd make it that wet. But I really don't think he should. Okay. He might make like half a quarter, but I don't think he should make a preseason appearance. Now, if you're wondering why, it's mainly because, let's put it this way. I talked about how, when I did talk about what would happen if LaMelo got hurt, I talked about how if LaMelo gets hurt, how much of an impact will it make? And all I remember from that episode is basically just, it's not going to make as much of an impact as people think. It's going to make an impact, for sure, but it's not going to make as much of an impact as people think, because we've got Colin Sexton, Con Knippel, Luke Cockburner, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, just a ton of people to fill his place. But the reason why I don't think that we should play him in the preseason is because, here's the thing. If it's not going to affect us much, but if we have him, it is going to affect our team greatly. Because if there's no LaMelo Ball, we are going to just be a mediocre team. Okay, you can't put that out of the appearance. We are still going to be a mediocre team without LaMelo Ball. But we're going to be way better without LaMelo Ball than last year or the year before. Or the year before that. Or the year before that. I could go on forever. However, if LaMelo Ball gets injured, and my mic. If LaMelo Ball gets injured and we've got nobody to play, and we've got like those guys who I just talked about, Colin Sexton, Luke Cockburner, Con Knippel, and it is going to be a mediocre performance, which I think it will be a mediocre performance, but I think it's going to be a better mediocre performance. It's like there's a low tier of mediocre and a high tier of mediocre. And I think it's going to be the high tier of mediocre just before daggone playoff caliber. So, let's put it this way. If LaMelo Ball gets injured in the preseason and he's out for the season before the season even starts, that's horrible. And we're going to have another like 19-62 season. Get where I'm getting at? Okay, so if they think about this hard enough, I don't expect a LaMelo Ball preseason appearance because I feel like it's just going to be too much of a crazy impact type thing. I think that, how do I put this? I think that this is going to be a wonderful year for the Hornets compared to the past couple of years, but you got to think, if we play LaMelo in in just one game and his ankle gets hurt again and he has to get surgery again, or he has to do something that he's done the past couple of years again and he's out for the year again, then yeah, we're going to still be better because once again, we've got all those guys: Colin Sexton, Luke Cockburner, Con Knappel, all those guys, Sion James, all those guys. But even though we will be better, will we be better in the sense of will we be worse than with LaMelo Ball? Yes. So we want LaMelo Ball. So that's why I don't think it's like a reach. I'm trying to reach really far. This is a heavy reach right here, but you just got to think about it with me, okay? If you think about it clearly enough, I think that there's no way that we will be that much better without LaMelo Ball. Once again, we're going to be better no matter if LaMelo is there or not. We are. We are going to be better no matter if LaMelo Ball is on our team or not. But if LaMelo Ball gets hurt in the preseason, that is the worst case scenario. Because right now, everybody's looking up. Okay, everybody on the Hornets staff, everybody on the Hornets organization. You could be Bill Joe running the court team, the court setup team. Okay, after the Billie Jean concert the other day. I don't know what I'm saying here, but he runs the bathrooms. He's the security guard for the bathrooms, you know. Even he's looking up on the Charlotte Hornets game because he knows that this could be the year. Everyone who is a Hornets supporter is looking up from here because they're like, okay, this could be a nice couple weeks. Okay? This could be a nice game. This could be a nice season. And I feel like that if LaMelo gets hurt, they are going to blame the mess out of Charles Lee, out of everybody. Now, the crazy part about fans these days, and I get this sounds dumb that I'm talking about the fans, but the crazy part about fans, that's funny. I found the Sauce Gardner thing. That's besides the point, though. The crazy part about fans these days is that, that's funny. The crazy part about fans these days is that if they play LaMelo Ball and he gets hurt, oh yeah, they're getting tossed and turned. You know daggone well they're getting absolutely wrecked. Everyone's going hard on him. Like, everybody is going absolutely wild on him. But think about it this way. If the Charlotte Hornets don't play LaMelo Ball, and this is the funny part about fans, if they don't play LaMelo Ball, I feel like there's going to be a lot of fans that are like, why didn't you play LaMelo Ball? Why didn't you play LaMelo Ball? Maybe it'll help his ankle get, back to business. and not be hurt in the season? Why didn't you play LaMelo Ball? But then when they play LaMelo Ball, don't play LaMelo. But then when they play LaMelo Ball, everyone's like, don't play LaMelo Ball. Why would you play LaMelo Ball? And then when you do play LaMelo Ball, why would you play LaMelo Ball? Then when you don't play LaMelo Ball, why don't you play LaMelo Ball? It's a rotation. But I think the better decision here, no matter what the fans say, by Charles Lee and the staff, is don't play LaMelo Ball. Because, once again, if he gets hurt, y'all are getting flamed, tossed, turned. Y'all are going to be in the middle of a storm. Okay? It's wild how bad you are going to just get absolutely insanely just you are going to get crazily, and I mean crazily, hated on if LaMelo Ball gets hurt in the preseason. So I do think that the main decision here, in my opinion, the first thought from them should be, let's hold back. Let's hold back a little. Anyways, the Carolina Panthers, who, for the record, I am so happy about because, oh my gosh, you'll see in a second if you did not see the final score of that game.
And to wrap it all up, we'll trade the hardwood for the turf and check in on the Carolina Panthers, because there's always something to talk about in the NFL.
Let's go! Let's go! The Carolina Panthers are your victorious winners against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this Buzz and Roar show, if you're a Panthers fan, you probably know how much I like the Panthers. I have been following them for the past 4 years, all 18 games. I have suffered, okay? I have suffered the 17 games, 18 weeks, whatever. I have suffered, okay? Suffered. Now, this Buzz and Roar podcast has been like 3 months long. I mean, personally, myself has followed them for 3 months. And yes, the reason why it took me a second to get unmuted is because I put on a Panthers jersey. If you were not able to watch it and you're on Spotify, I put on a Panthers jersey because I felt the appropriate need, okay? Because this is something that we have been wanting to see for years. Okay, now this is going to be a kind of a fun segment, because I'm kind of going to talk about how bad we've been. Now, I get that sounds dumb after a 30-point win to do that. But the absolute domination today made some crazy stat lines that I can read to you guys that I personally, like, no one else said this. Like, I didn't find this on ESPN on NFL. I found this, like, myself. I just thought of it and I searched it up and it's true. We have been so mediocre that for the first weird stat line, that was the first 30-point win since 2014. Now, that means that, now not only is that 11 years without a 30-point win, that means that was before the Super Bowl loss. We have not had a 30-point win since before the Super Bowl loss. Now, this is where it gets kind of funnier. Listen, this is where it gets pretty hilarious, honestly, if you think about it. Tataroa McMillan, our draft pick, has probably not followed the Panthers. He probably was like a Rams or a 49ers fan. He grew up in California. But hear me clearly. You want to know how old T-Mac was when the last 30-point win happened? Count the 20 and then minus 9. He was 11. He wasn't even a teenager the last time that this happened. Okay, the last time that this happened, Tyrell McMillan was not even a teenager. Okay? And that's somehow not the worst part of it. Jonathan Brooks, our running back pick from a couple weeks ago. Actually, not a couple weeks ago. I think it was the year before last. 2024 draft pick. Jonathan Brooks was 10. He was basically not even born. Okay, no, that's not true. He was born. He had 10 years of his life on him. They were both probably still playing pee-wee football. Okay? So even worse. They were both playing pee-wee football. And that's not like a big boy pee-wee football, like 14-year-old pee-wee football. I mean, pee-wee. Like 11 years old and 10 years old? So that's the last time that we've had a 30-point win? T-Mac and Jonathan Brooks haven't had a 30-point win since 2014. I mean, not T-Mac and Jonathan Brooks. They were 11 and 10. Now let's actually talk about the game. I just thought I'd get that off my chest. I felt like a real NFL fan today. You know, I'm going to be honest. Like, I was watching a real NFL team play real NFL football. Our defense, just to put this out there, our defense had an insane performance. An insane performance. Which is saying something for a defense who was last in the league last year. Now, let's just put this out there. The Panthers' defense did so well, in fact, they got three turnovers. Three turnovers. One being a pick six, ran to the house. Just to put that out there. The other pick thrown by Michael Penix was also a return almost for a touchdown by Mike Jackson. Then, just because, I mean, why not? You know, just why not? Why not? Okay, why not do this? They lost a fumble, and we also got 6 points off of that. So not only did our defense play outstanding, which two things about this defense. The defense played outstanding. Best defense I've probably seen in 4 years from this team, which I am putting that all on the line. Like, best defense I've seen in 4 years. Okay, that's since 2021. I'm just being honest. We have not had that good of a defensive performance since 2021. It was insane. But not only that, but last week, what did the Falcons do? What did the Falcons do, perchance? What did the Falcons do? Answer the question for me. Bill Joe watching. I don't know if that's anyone's name. They beat the Minnesota Vikings 22-6. Now, not only did they beat the Minnesota Vikings 22-6, the Falcons' offense was getting called after that week one of the best offenses in the league. Okay. The Falcons' offense was getting called one of the best offenses in the league. And that's not a lie. Just for beating the Minnesota Vikings, they were getting called one of the best offenses in the entire league. Now, why does that have to have anything to do with the Panthers' defense? Because that means the defense beat a offense who, yeah, it's Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix, whatever. oh, yeah, cool, Michael Penix. But it's Michael Penix on an offense who just got called one of the best offenses in the league. Do you see where I'm getting at here? The Panthers played incredible against a team who people called one of the best teams in the league. Not only best teams in the NFC South, they said that they're probably the up-and-coming Super Bowl contenders. And yes, I really did hear that from an analyst. Like, they said that probably next season they will be contending. It'll be some sort of like Jaden Daniels type thing. Now, I don't think that's happening, especially now. I bet he's probably took that back now. I forgot what the name of the analyst was. But just the fact that they could even do that, the defense was outstanding. Then, yeah, I'm talking about the defense, but the offense played great too. They converted 3 fourth downs. I think it might have been 2, but either way, that's incredible. Almost every third down was great. And you may be wondering, well, they didn't do that good, and Bryce didn't really do that good. 300 yards last week, and then he fell down to only like 200. Listen, considering the fact, yes, he went 16-24, 121 yards. But considering the fact that he played consistent, he played steady, and his running backs and just really everyone in general still just got some insane plays. Both sides of the ball played magnificent this game. Okay. So yes, the last time that happened, T-Mac was 11 and Jonathan Brooks was 10. Now, Jonathan Brooks is 21, T-Mac is 22. So, considering the fact that they can even do that, that's wild to me. That it really is. That is just unbelievable that they were able to do that. Now, that is going to do it. Thanks for hanging out on the Buzz and Roar Show. On the probably only Buzz and Roar show that I'm ever going to pour water on my head. Actually, I ain't going to say that. Let's be honest here. There's probably going to be a lot more. If you want more sports stuff from Charlotte to anywhere else that throws a ball, check out my YouTube channel. Capital E, Ethan, capital T, the capital B broadcaster. And hey, if you're already watching this on YouTube, welcome. You're in the right place. If you're listening to someone else like Spotify, go ahead and hit subscribe on YouTube too. It's like the same thing, but with more visuals and less background noise. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out, or follow on Spotify, or don't. I'm not your boss. That is it. We will be covering a hockey team next time. So get ready for that. Get ready to lace up your skates, punch me in the face, drop your gloves, whatever you want to do. Because it's hockey. See you next time on the Buzz and Roar Show.
Thanks for listening to Buzz and Roar. We talk about sports, all kinds of sports. If you like the show, hit subscribe or follow. We'll be back soon with more stuff to share. Thanks again, and see you next time.